So we've got Kristen, Stephanie. Is that Lori?
I'm here.
Yes, okay. So we'll see who else comes on, but if not, I've got it recording. So we're going to kind of talk in this a little bit about like the importance of going Emerald, and I've got 3 Emeralds on here, but and I have a new person who just joined us by the phone. And we will, like, if you aren't Emerald, that's okay, because then you will get a reason of why you should be, and then our coaches who weren't able to log in tonight will be able to watch it too. So going Emerald appears to be a gigantic, scary thing. You're like, oh, I had to ask somebody to be a coach. Like, it's scary because it's hard to get comfortable. Like, I found in the beginning, it was really hard for me to say, I'm a Beachbody coach, or I'm an online health and fitness coach. Like, I had a hard time with that because I don't know, I guess it was the whole like Sensi, MLM, like kind of like thing that I just felt weird about it. But the more I became comfortable, like, this is my job, like, this is what I do, and I'm passionate about it, and I get to stay home with my kids to be able to do this. So yes, I am an online health and fitness coach, and I'm proud of it, and this is the company that I work for. So I've gotten really comfortable now about sharing about it, and I definitely think that the values that Beachbody has and the coaches that we're surrounded by and our mentors totally make it worth sharing about, because the things that they have taught us and the things that you guys are changing, like personally, whether it's from your fitness point of view or from your mental point of view or from your marriages or from your kids, I mean, all of that is worth sharing. And we don't ever want to hold anybody's future captive in our mouth. Like, we want to talk about that. So everybody probably has a couple close friends or a couple close family members that you could go to and say, hey, you know what? Like, I'm starting out, I'm doing this thing. It's called Beachbody, and I'm going to help people with reaching their health and fitness goals. Like, I did it. I love the results that I had. You know, I did this program and it really worked. And I wanted to see if maybe you would be interested in kind of doing this with me. I'm still trying to figure things out. And you could say that to maybe like maybe you have a brother or a sister, or maybe your mom, or maybe an aunt or a cousin, or somebody maybe who's kind of close to you that you could be really comfortable saying, hey, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I've got a great team of coaches and mentors. Would you be open to kind of signing up with me and becoming a coach? You never have to do it if you don't want to, but you get the discount and the shakes are yummy, you know, so kind of you could propose it that way. And that's one of your coaches. And then the second person, if you are married, it's very, very beneficial to you to sign your spouse up as a coach. And there's a lot of financial reasons why, maybe not up front, because up front you might be like, oh my, do I really need 2 bags of shakes coming to me? But you can not have to get a bag of shakes. So you could choose to get a bag of shakes for yourself, and then maybe you get the performance line, a couple different options from the performance line. As long as it's on Home Direct and it equals 50 personal value points or more, it counts as keeping you active. So it doesn't have to be Shakeology, which is worth 90 personal volume points. You could do the same with the Boost. So if you really like the Focus Energy or the Power Greens, you can combine them, have them on Home Direct, maybe have them coming through your husband's account. So you're not having a duplicate of Shakeology if your husband doesn't drink it, okay? Or you could have that extra box coming to your husband's account that is a variety of flavors, so that way you have extras to use. You know, you can give them away. I sell them a lot of times. People will say, you know what, I don't have the money right now. It's Christmas time to buy a whole bag of Shakeology, but could I buy, like, how much is it to buy them individually? And I'll tell them, like, they're $5, and I recommend about 10. So just so you can really kind of get it in your system. So I'll have people that will buy 10 packs from me at a time. So those are a couple of options. I never ever want you guys to feel like you have this extra surplus of Shakeology, because that's a lot of money sitting in your closet. And nobody should be sitting on that much Shakeology. So if that's the case, you have things you could postpone it for a minute or two, or you can, if there's a person who is interested, like I've sold it directly to them. Like I'm like, I'll give you my coaching discount today. Like here's 100, depending on what you need to get rid of some, but I don't want you to have to feel that way. So you have three options for keeping your husband active or your spouse active. You could do a performance line, you could choose a Shakeology boost, or you could choose packets or a bag. And getting your husband on board would be a good thing because these are a great shake and they're a lot cheaper than going out to dinner or lunch, if your husband's always buying lunch. So now that's number one. And then number two is finding a friend, a spouse, or a family member, a mom, somebody who you could sign up. And I'm going to use Kristen as an example because she actually did this and was very smart about it. So Kristen signed up Dave, her husband, and then her mom, she shared the product with her and her mom loved the product. Her mom decided to sign up as a coach for a discount. And she actually controlled her mom's account. So she basically set up her mom's account and created the EFT so that all the commissions would go into Kristen's account so that her mom wasn't actually making commission off of the orders. So now Kristen has control of her left leg and her right leg and can place coaches underneath those coaches. Okay, it's very smart strategically, especially since Kristen's not actually footing the bill for her mom's Shakeology. So that's kind of nice. If you're having to pay for all of that Shakeology, yeah, that's not a smart idea. But if you can manage the one extra person like your husband or your wife, that's definitely worth it. So now, where do we place that person? Where do you place your husband, right? You have to ask yourself, are you a strong retailer or are you a strong recruiter? Are you both? Or are you neither? Okay. If you are, say you're both, I want you to think about being the strong retailer. All right. The strong retailer is going to want to put their spouse on their weak leg. What's my weak leg? Your weak leg, there's two legs if you were to log into your Coach Online office, if you were to go to, I pulled it up, hold on, My Business, and then Graphical Genealogy, you would see something that looks like this, okay? And this is you. And then these little circles, these are people, like maybe this is me, all of my coaches, okay? Or depending on what leg you are. So these are my coaches that are all they came in after you did. So what that means is this is your team leg. This is your strong side. So all of these other people that are underneath you, all their volume filters up. Okay, so say this person has Shakeology on Home Direct, that's 90. This person has Shakeology on Home Direct, that's 90 points. This person has Shakeology on Home Direct, that's 90 points. So it's 270 points right here on this team volume. Now over here, this is your weak side, okay? You're the only person who adds volume to this side, okay? So if you're a strong recruiter or a strong retailer or both, you would want to put your spouse right here, right next to you. You don't want to get any other coaches in between you and your spouse. You want to put your spouse right here. And the reason why is because if you're strong at retail or recruiting, you're going to hit SC5 pretty quick. Once you hit SC5 for yourself, that's the 5 Success Club points, you can roll over and put the rest with your husband. So now he's starting to generate volume, okay, which is going to bring this volume up. So any coaches that you place underneath him, any customers that you place underneath him, all of that's going to increase this volume. And then once you add your other coach, so maybe you add a coach way down here, that's your coach. Now you're emerald. So you've got your husband over here, or your spouse, and you have your other coach, which is way down here. Okay, this is yours. Once you go Emerald, I'm gonna put a big P for personally sponsored. Okay, so bam, now you're Emerald. All right, so now here are some of the things that are benefits of going Emerald. All right, so the first thing that's a great benefit is that you can get a cycle bonus. So a cycle bonus basically means that you are earning extra income every time your team produces volume. Okay, so as you grow your team, as you grow your weak side with more coaches and more customers, your volume is going to increase. The number of points, so 90 points for every Shakeology order. And then you can look in the back office when you are, or when you're pushing like shop, it'll list a little PV value. It tells you what the PV is for the different products. So you can kind of get an idea of how much each of the products are worth. And then this side, this side's going to be large because depending on where you are, you're on either my team side, which means I have another coach from like Sweet Elite that is adding to that side, or you're going to be on the side with like Kristen, who is also working, and I'm adding to that side too, because that's my not so strong side, but I'm building and I'm really working on getting that side stronger. So you have two, one is definitely a team side and one is not. So cycle bonus. As an Emerald, you get $14 every time you cycle. And that doesn't sound like a lot. And it's not in the beginning. I mean, in the beginning, I was probably lucky if I cycled twice in 1 week. I was like, $28, but it was $28. And now I'm cycling, I think it was $300 last week that I cycled, okay? And that's a direct result of all of us growing. So as you grow, now this has taken me 2 years. It may not take you or 3 years to where my cycle bonus is that high. I'm hoping it doesn't. I hope that you guys grow your teams so that and help others reach their goals, so that you can see the benefits of you helping others, because that's really what it is in order for you to achieve your goals, you have to help your coaches reach their goals, okay? All right, so how do I cycle? Like, that's so confusing. So we said that there was 270 over here, and let's just say there's 100 over here, okay? In order to cycle, you have to have 200 from your strong side and 100 from your weak side. And they basically just deduct that. They'll just keep deducting it until there's nothing left, until they can't pull 200 and 100. So in this case, for this 1 week, you would cycle one time. This 70 would roll over into the next week. And then whatever you have over here just keeps adding up too. So you always roll over whatever you don't have, okay? And so again, as we grow our customers, because our customers help create volume, as we grow our customers, as we grow our coaches and our team, and we help our team grow and our coaches grow, then your cycle volume will increase. Okay, so that's number one. That's like the best, that's like a really cool thing about making Emerald. The second really awesome thing that why you'd want to go Emerald is because you get leads from Beachbody. So Beachbody basically will they give us people from a couple different places. So if you sign up through an infomercial and you just say, I want to have a coach, if you say that, they give you a random coach. You've never met the person, they just kind of give you a random coach. If you go into the Team Beachbody or Beachbody.com site and you make an order, you're automatically assigned a random coach. And then you can get leads from like direct leads. So those are different. Like those are leads that people knew of you and they referred you to you, but these are leads that you've never met before. in order to qualify for the leads, you have to be Emerald. You have to have created your bio. So in your personal, on your personal page, you need to have your bio kind of created. It kind of go through and answer some of the questions about yourself and have a before picture at least. You could have an after picture too if you have one. And you need to have the club membership. That allows you to get the leads, okay? It also, once you kind of have that set up, the next step is your Success Club bonus. So Beachbody has also said they will never ever keep any commissions for themselves. So when a person goes and purchases off like beachbody.com or an infomercial, there's a commission amount. So where does that commission go? That commission can be gifted to you if you reach Success Club. It's now Success Club 10. In the past, it was 5, but now there are so many coaches that are hitting 5 that they've upped it to 10. So if you make Success Club 10 and you have your club member and you have your bio taken care of and your Emerald, you will then get a free commission from somebody who ordered a product. I've gotten 2 in 1 month sometimes. I've gotten big orders, like somebody ordered the Ultimate Reset and I've never met them before, and so I got the commission off of that. I've gotten a few Shakeology commissions. And what's cool about that is if you connect to those people, they could be people that might keep reordering. So you've got this free person that you've never met who you've earned commission from, and they're going to maybe be a repeat customer that you would continue to earn commissions from. $30 extra a month, that's not bad. I mean, that's kind of nice to get that extra little bonus in there, just because you hit Success Club 10 and you did your leads. You've got your lead qualifications and you're an Emerald. So that's kind of the basics of as to why you would want to go Emerald. Okay. I kind of got distracted and I want to go back to the whole spouse placement thing. So the first thing I kind of went on was where you'd place your spouse if you were a strong retailer. So what if you're not a strong retailer? What if you're like, I'm not really good at this thing yet. I haven't figured it out. I'm not really strong at recruiting. You can put your spouse on your strong leg. Okay. And the reason you would do that is because they'd automatically have a strong fee. They'd already have a strong leg. So when if they were over here, if you put your spouse over here, he's already getting any coaches that come in after you there's coaches up here that you can't see in your in your graph in your family tree that are from Sweet Elite, Team Courage. They're on our family. So if they signed up before me or before you, they're putting coaches down here, okay? And all of those coaches, if they're underneath you, they filter up through you. All of their volume filters up, okay? So imagine if you had Megan Ewolson on your strong leg. Now, I'm just kidding. She's one of the top. She's on our team, and she's not on my strong leg. Wasn't that lucky. But the thing is even if you did and you had 10,000 points over here, if you don't have enough points on this side to match, you're only going to cycle as many times as your lowest side will allow you to cycle. So anyway, so you're not a strong retailer. You're not a strong recruiter. So you put your spouse over here. Now you can build his weak side. So you could build this side, and he's already has a strong side coming in, and you only have one side you have to focus on building. Does that make sense? Sort of. So here you have to work both sides. You've got to do both sides in order to have him be able to cycle. So that's the goal, is to get your spouse to Emerald and then to get your spouse to start cycling. So now you're generating 2 different types of income. You're getting income. Your spouse is getting income from bonuses and cycles. So you almost have a second business center. So that's why it's real key to kind of think about where you want to place them. I have my spouse on my weak side. That was the guidance I was given. And it's working, but I haven't really built his business that well. So, but those are different options.
You have to build my
So, any questions about volume, about going Emerald, about where to place your spouse, or how to find a coach, or maybe you're talking to somebody right now and you're having a hard time maybe getting the final piece to get coaches to say yes, or people to say, yeah, I do want to become a coach. So does anybody have any questions about that?
Can you move people around on different legs, or is it really wherever they are is where they stay?
You have 5 days.
Okay.
Once they become a coach. So the way your back office is set up is, and I can do a quick screen share. Your first coach automatically goes to your left side.
Okay.
And then your second coach automatically goes to your right side. Boom, now you're Emerald. All right. But if you want to, in just a second, you guys should be able to see. All right. So you go to My Business and we go to My Downline. I'm sorry. Okay. So this is where you're going to see your geographical genealogy. Now you're starting to assign coaches and you want to place them maybe strategically. In the beginning, you want 4 on each side. Okay. But let's just say you put your spouse on your weak side. And you have control of your spouse, his leg or her leg. And you might be getting a coach you feel like is going to be a pretty good, that's really motivated. You would want to probably put that person opposite your spouse. Because if that person is motivated, then they will potentially build their leg. And then you can build your husband's leg, and then you can go on to Diamond or Ruby and then Diamond. Okay. So, but it's hard to know because I've had people who have come to me who are super motivated and nothing comes about it. And then I've had people who have come to me who, I'm going to say Stephanie, who just wanted to do it to keep herself entertained while her husband was gone and is adding coaches left and right and is Emerald. And so there's things about you don't know. Sometimes the loudest person for me has been the person who's not done anything. Mm-hmm. So preferred placement allows you to choose which side they go on. So you can have automatic placement, or you can set your placement, and you can set, all right, it gives you too many options. Too many. You only need left and right. That's it. So left and right. Don't deal with the other stuff I did in the beginning because I didn't know. You don't need it. Left or right, bam. That's it. Because you're just going to grow out 2 legs. And so for me personally, I'm building my right leg because my left leg is my team leg and it's strong, but my right leg is weak and I need it stronger. So I've just been kind of adding a lot of coaches to my right side so that I can get it to have more volume. And that's just because I've got plenty on either side. Now, you never want to stop adding coaches. I mean, every month you should try to add 1 to 2 and as a goal, a good beginning goal. Now, Kristen and Lori and I are listening to a couple calls where they're bringing on 30 coaches a month. And I can't even imagine where I'd find 30 coaches, to be quite honest with you. But they're bringing on 30 coaches a month. And I mean, that's a huge goal. And so as you progress and as you get more committed with your business or more serious, or you're just I want to take it to the next level, then maybe you would look for 30 coaches. But if you're just kind of I kind of enjoy just doing this a little bit, spending about an hour or so a day, getting a little bit of extra, getting my Shakeology paid for, if you could bring in 1 to 2 coaches a month, that would be a really good goal for you because you want to keep growing, because sometimes those discount coaches, they stop buying Shakeology, so they go inactive, and then you can lose your rank, or you can just you lose some of that. So you want to kind of keep that pool fresh so that you always have enough coaches coming in to keep you where you need to be. Okay. And so the best way to do that is, I really think our glance groups have been doing amazing. I wrote down, I've been kind of busy I'm not busy, but slacking, I guess. I don't know, distracted. I haven't done my shout outs for this month, but I am going to do them right now because it was a pretty freaking amazing month, you guys, for us. All right. So we brought on 10 new coaches last month. 10. From our little team, we added 10 coaches. That's like amazing. Liz had a challenge pack sale, which is her first challenge pack sale ever. We had several that hit Success Club, a couple that went above 5. And we recruited them. Our glance group was huge. We did have a lot of people, and we've got a couple coaches that are pretty close to diamond, just from last month. And so you guys are doing a great job. So I just want to let you know that the glance group is doing a really good job, and you just have to invite to it. So this week is the week that we need to be setting up our invite. So on Facebook, you can do a invite. Like if you remember old school evites, like nobody ever does those anymore, but that's kind of the same thing. So on Facebook, you can do like an event, and you want to make it public so that everybody can see it. So all your friends can see it, their friends can see it. You want it public. And you can go back through, we've shared a few in our Life Without Limits page. So you can copy and paste the descriptions. You can pull the banner and put it into your banner. And you want to think about how many people on your friends page do you think could benefit from from being a coach, might be interested in being a coach. Maybe they're a challenger in one of our challenge groups and they're just shining. Like they're right up front. Like if you were to think of teaching a class, they're right there. Like they're answering questions, they're commenting, they're sharing, they're posting, they're liking. They would be a great coach. So it'd be a great person to invite into your glance group. Maybe there's another person who you could talk to now. If you guys have challengers in this challenge group, now is a really good time to send them a message saying, hey, how's it going? How do you like Shakeology? Like how's your challenge going? And even the ones you haven't heard from. And if they say, you know what, I'm loving the Shakeology. It's great. I love the challenge group. It's so awesome. You could let them know, like, hey, I just want to let you know that, we have a coaching group coming up, a glance group that talks about a little bit what we do. And I know you really love this product. And I wanted to, let you know that as a coach, you could get it as a discount. Would you consider joining our glance group and just learning a little bit more about what we do as coaches? Boom, slide them in there. So those are, don't be afraid to ask your challengers. Don't be afraid to look at people when you create your event. Once you create your event and you've invited, maybe you invite 50 people, okay? You need to personally message them too. We can't leave it at that, because a lot of times, I get invites to tons of things and I just ignore them. So what I'll do then is I will go through my list and I will send them a message saying, basically the same thing I just said. Hey, this is what I've got going on. I thought of you. I think it would be kind of maybe a fun hobby, a good fit for you. Would you want to check it out? There's no strings attached, and see if they'd want to join it. So that's this week. And we are going to do with Christmas coming up, or this week you need to start the inviting process. You also this week really need to do very strategic posts in your key time. So evening for most people is when most of your friends are probably on Facebook. And there's a book out there called Jab, 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 Right Hook. And basically it's a social media book. It talks about how you should do all these little jabs kind of with your posts and then give a right hook to bring them in. And the right hook would be kind of your application type post, like send me a message with your email. I'll give you more information about the challenge group. So all your jabs really need to be talking about how coaching has benefited you. Share different things. Share. You don't have to talk, if you don't want to talk about income, you don't have to, but talk about other things. You could talk about how it's affected you with your family, with your personal life, how it's kept you accountable with your fitness and your exercise more than just being a challenger would have. Kind of just not all in one. So you're going to do little breadcrumbs. So like every day, do like a little post about it. And you could even do that same post, maybe even in your event. You could share a little bit about that. Then people are seeing it again. And on Thursday or Friday, kind of do a final, like, I've got this group starting on Monday, and do maybe a little bit more of your story and about how you kind of came about coaching. Put your application or your email or something that says put your email down below, something that makes them have to say, yes, I want to do this group. Does that make sense? Okay, because that's really, really key. And then, we're going to so we'll finish up, then we'll be doing our glance group, right? That's the week of the 14th through, the 20th, the 18th, 19th. That week, you need to be breadcrumbing about the next fitness program, the next fitness group, because we're going to start right after Christmas. We're going to start January 4th. And I don't know what people are going to be doing between the week of the 20th and the week of New Year's. How often are they going to be on Facebook? So if you can start kind of securing your challengers before Christmas and then right after Christmas, because people get money. A lot of times grandma will give you like $100. Like, here. And maybe they wanted to do the challenge, but they didn't have the money. So that's another thing. So don't forget about it over Christmas, but just be aware that Christmas is going to be on Friday. Well, Saturday and Sunday, there may be people, or Monday, that are like, hey, I'm ready. I want to do this. So maybe just kind of keep breadcrumbing and keep doing a few hooks, like another hook at the end of the week. But keep in mind, people are going to get those, people are going to have extra money, maybe as a gift. And so another good gift, like maybe a good little thing you could talk about is how somebody could gift them a challenge pack. So maybe if somebody's interested, you could do a post about how Christmas is coming up, and I know maybe some of you have wanted to join, a challenge group of mine. What a cool Christmas gift this would be for your spouse to give you, or something like that. I mean, I don't know if I would I'm not sure how I would phrase it, but that could be another thing to kind of put that like hint into their head. Or would that be a kind of, maybe a husband would read it and be like, yeah, my wife would totally love that. So any other suggestions or topics or comments about what we talked about tonight? No? Kristen, Stephanie, I don't know who else is still on.
Well, I posted something this week about kind of targeting couples, like for the hammer and chisel thing.
Yeah.
Just to maybe get them to go in together. And from me kind of reaching out to a couple people and posting something about it, I posted on our neighborhood page, on our like little community page, in our neighborhood, and like 2 people reached out to me from that. And one of them already bought hammer and chisel.
I think you're at 4 points right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other one's been debating signing up as a coach, and she was like, oh, now we're going to do it because we're excited about that program, and she and her husband are going to do it together. So maybe targeting it as a good couples type workout that they can do together, hold each other accountable at home. I think that might be a good way to go about it too.
Definitely. I think Kristen mentioned that today too, right? In your post, did you do a public post about it? I saw a post about you and Dave getting your workout in.
Yeah, it was public, and then I think I shared it on my newsfeed as well. Just to kind of have something that both pieces can do. Yeah. So. Yeah. Same thoughts. I like it.
Yeah.
And I tried that scary video today.
Oh, and so the incentive.
What?
Yeah, I said there would be an incentive for making Emerald at the end of the month. So there will be something. I don't know yet. There will be something. I will come up with it. I have a time. It's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy afternoon, and I totally like stopped thinking. But there will be a gift card, maybe not huge, but just something maybe like a little, gift card to Amazon or something like that, to any coach who goes Emerald before January 1st. So, and I'd love to see like who could go Emerald first. Maybe there'll be something extra thrown in if there's a person who goes Emerald first. And then I will definitely like kind of just give a little like bump up to anybody else who goes Emerald as well this December. So the value of going Emerald is so big, and you may not see it right now. And it may not be right this minute, but just keep growing your team and keep helping your coaches grow their team and help encourage them and motivate them. And before you know it, you'll be like, holy moly, like this is amazing. And then you just keep working, and we just keep leading and growing, and we want to help as many people as we can. So that's it. That's all I have for today. Feel free to comment, questions, post, share, ask whatever you need in our group page. Okay. All right. You guys are doing an awesome job, and let's get ready for the Glance group. All right. Bye.